Welcome back to the Toppy Blues, your source for all things Everton. My name is Connor Williams, and this is the player ratings from the Arsenal-Everton match, which has just finished 4-0 to Arsenal. These ratings are going to be some of the easiest and some of the bleakest ratings I think I've given. Just wasn't good. Wasn't good. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. My match reaction will have been out by now, hopefully, or will be out. So you can watch the main grasp of it there. We'll just get on to with the player ratings in this one. Yeah, starting off, Gordon Pickford, I suppose we might as well start off with the keeper. Um, a bit of a tough one for this. I think it's up until the 60th minute we'd actually created better chances than Arsenal. We just don't have a forward that can finish their dinner. So this one is a little bit tough on Pickford because, like, I didn't really see much of him apart from the goals going in, but I'm gonna give him a 5. He only made one save. There were a lot of blocks. Arsenal had a lot of shots. There were a couple of times his passes were a bit. There was one where he passed it to Tarkowski, who looked like he really didn't want it. I'm gonna give Pickford a 5.5, maybe a 5. No, a 5. I'll give him a 5. Seamus Coleman, I'm going to give a 6-2. Didn't really, I don't think he did much wrong, in all honesty, once Godfrey came in, which we'll get on to. I thought it highlighted that probably it's a good thing. I didn't think Seamus Coleman did much wrong. Made one clearance, one interception, was only dribbled past once, bearing in mind he had Martinelli to compete with. That's not bad going. Won half of his ground duels, all of his aerial duels. Had an all right passing accuracy. Didn't get much go down in the attacking sense, but I don't think he had a bad game at fullback. I think he did well, bearing in mind, like I said, he had Martinelli and then Zinchenko as well on the overlap sort of thing, or the inverted if you're Arsenal. But yeah, I think he did all right, Coleman. Like I say, we'll get on to God. We might as well do the subs now as they come on. Godfrey then replaced him later on in the match. Ben Godfrey, Seamus gets a 6. Ben Godfrey, I'm going to give a 5 to as well. And that's, I think, being a little bit generous. He didn't have a lot of times. I'm going to give him a 5, but really poor. I think the third goal was down to Ben Godfrey. I don't think his positioning was good enough. So I'm going to give him a 5. Yeah, I just don't think his positioning was very good during that bit. Michael Keane, I'm going to give a 6 to. Again, I thought he would be the undoing. Wasn't nearly as bad as I thought. As I think fans were worried. He made 2 clearances, 1 interception, didn't manage any tackles. Managed 33 touches, had good accurate passing of 81. I don't know how much of that was forward and how much of it was side to side, but he certainly wasn't the worst player on the pitch, and he wasn't the one that caused the howler. I think we were all expecting it, and it ended up being someone we'll get onto in a little bit. Next, we have James Tarkowski. Going to give him a 6.5. I thought he was the best of the back 4, including the subs that came on for them. Even he, though, I think didn't have the best game he's ever had, but he did have a good, solid game. He made 6 clearances, blocked 4 shots, 2 tackles. Yeah, he was very, very good. He did lose possession 10 times, though, which is why I'm a 6.5 and nothing higher and nothing lower. Defensively, he was good, but he lost possession a lot as well for me. And he picked up a yellow card, but he knew that was happening. So yeah. Next, we have Mikalenko. I'm going to give a 6 to. I think he got absolutely turned inside out for Saka's goal. I think Saka had him for a lot of the game coming up. Every time Saka ran at him, I worried. He made 3 clearances, got 3 tackles in, won a lot of his ground duels, but he lost possession 13 times and didn't have the greatest passing accuracy. I think a 6 is fair for Mikalenko, if I'm being honest. Moving forward, we go on to the midfield now, which will be a packed one because there's about 5 of them. We have Alex Iwobi to start off with. One of our better creative players, one of our better dribblers of the ball. I'm going to give him a 6 as well. There'll be a lot of 5.5s and 6. Well, I'd probably give Iwobi a 6 as well. If I'm being completely honest with you, there's not many that will get above that, if I'm being honest. If any, that'll get above that. Yeah, 42 touches, 78 accurate passing, zero key passes, two crosses, one of them accurate, two long balls, one of them accurate, no shots managed, attempted four, successful in two. Uh, yeah, he lost possession 14 times. I don't think we really saw much of him in the game. So yeah, it was a bit of a tough one for Alex Iwobi. Next we have Onana, who I'm giving 5.5 to or a six. It's between the two. I'll give him a 5.5. I think fourth goal was down to Onana. Should have closed his passing lane on the man he's marking. He had 26 touches, 56% pass accuracy. Did manage one key pass, which was good. I can't remember off the top of my head what that was though. Won none of his ground duels, won half of his aerial duels, lost possession 11 times. For me, he's very hit and miss. Onana. He's hard to ignore because he's such a powerful big player. I can't remember how tall he is. Is he 6'7", 6'8"? You can't miss him. And he was involved with a couple of duels with Gabriel, and a couple of times Gabriel had hit him in the face. You can't miss Onana. He is a big lad. He is a powerful lad. He's industrial as well. He manages to get up and down the field very well. I think he could have done a little bit better for that fourth goal. I think he is a bit hit and miss for me sometimes. Some games I watch him and I think, really good game. Then I think, but he's only a young lad as well. That's the other important thing. He's a young lad. Certainly has the potential to be a player in the future. I'm looking forward to his development. He is one of the ones I really enjoy at Everton, because he's one of the only ones that's young and looks to be a promising prospect. But yeah, not his best game today, but name me a player in this squad who did have a best game. Next, move on to Idrissa Gueye, giving him a 4. Get straight away a 4. Mistake was a howler. It's hard not for that to completely cloud my judgment, but it's a definite 4. I think he was took off at half time as a punishment as well. He had 18 touches. He did have 100% pass accuracy, which is mental, a 14 out of 14. But no key passes, no crosses, no long balls, no shots, no dribbles. Won half his ground rules, 2 won 1. Made 1 tackle, made a massive blunder leading to the goal though. 4 for Idrissa Gueye. I really am struggling to remember a game where he's played where I've been impressed with him this season. I think as it goes on, it's pretty obvious that Everton replacing Idrissa Gueye with Idrissa Gueye of 3 years older is not the best move. He was replaced at half time, like I said, by Mason Holgate, who played that midfield role, which was interesting to see. I think the last time we saw him do that was under Duncan Ferguson. So very, very interesting to see that from Sean Dyche, sticking Mason Holgate there. Holgate, when he came on, um, Holgate's another one I didn't see an awful lot of, which is probably a good thing, really. Um, I'm gonna give him a 6. I think the bang average score for me here is a 6. I think if I'm giving him a 6, it just means that it was bang average by Everton standards as well. So a bang average Everton performance. I'm gonna give Mason Holgate a 6. It was interesting seeing him in that role again. He made 2 clearances, 1 block shot, 0 tackles, 0 ground rules, 1. His accuracy was 63%. He only had 14 touches of the ball, which explains why I'm saying I struggle to remember him. 14 touches isn't a lot of touches of the ball. I'll explain why I was struggling to sort of see him in the game. Yeah, it's a 6 for Holgate. All right, I'm going to give a 6 to as well. I think he was the better midfielder out the three central midfielders that started. I think he was the better one out of them. 28 touches, 68% pass accuracy, 2 key passes, which is great to see. McNeil, who we're about to get onto, has more. That's the most so far. No shots, no dribbles, successful dribbles. Ground duels, he's attempted 2, won none, won half his aerial duels, lost possession 9 times. He covered a lot of distance. Corey, I'll give him that. covered a lot of distance. I think he went off. I think purely he went off to keep him for Sunday. 'Cause like I said, I think he was the better of the two. He was dribbled past once as well, but I think he was the better of the three, sorry, midfielders in that central role. Corey, like I said, came off. He was replaced by Tom Davis, um, who had a chance at the end. If you tell me for a minute you thought Tom Davis was scoring that at the end, you're a liar. There was never a chance in this world or any other that he was finishing that chance. Yeah, Tom Davis gets a six. The XG for that chance at the end, 0.5. It was a good save. Like, it was a good save. It looked like it was only going to be it would have been only a consolation goal, but yeah, I can't remember the last time Tom Davis scored. It was just never going in. He had 8 touches, attempted 2 passes, neither of them successful. One shot on target, which we've just been through. One big chance, which was that. 4 ground duels, only won one of them. Lost possession 4 times. Created 2 fouls. Was fouled 0 times. Was dribbled past once as well. This was when Arsenal were in free flow, and I just don't think anybody was catching, Arsenal then. It was a really, really tough game at this point by the time Tom Davis was introduced. But yeah, six for Tom Davis. Neil Moipai, I think, was our best player. Think about what you will. I think he did really well to get up and down that left hand side, was doubling up on players with Mikalenko. Did have a shot, it was left footed saved, had an XG of 0.04. I don't think it was ever going to really go in. He had 45 touches. You see a lot of Dwight McNeil. 63% pass accuracy, one key pass, one cross, managed to not reach anybody. But it's a bit odd. You got Neil Moipai up front. Won most all of it, all bar one of his ground duels. Was lost possession 13 times. Fouled once. Was fouled twice once as well. Made 2 clearances, 5 interceptions, and 2 tackles. Defensively, he was really good. I'm going to give Dwight McNeil 6.5, maybe a 7. I can't tell if I've give out a 6.5, so I'm going to go a 7 because I'd definitely not give that. I think he was our best player. I think he was really, really good defensively down that left-hand side. I think he was our best player. And finally, we have Neil Moipai. Well, not finally, we have the sub as well, but we have Neil Moipai as well of the final of the starting 11. Had more shots, which is good to see because he's a centre forward. Had 4 shots, 2 on target, 2 off target. Yeah, Neil Moipai. One in the 7th minute. I don't think was ever going in outside the box. It had a 0.03 XG. I think he just fancied it. Why not? Yeah, I don't think it was ever going to go in. But I guess why not? It was an attempt saved. The second one had a 0.47 XG. For me, this is the one he should have done a bit better. He tries a cheeky back heel, it's smothered straight away. I think he should have held on, that Ramsdale comes through the back of him or a defender comes through him. He was never scoring the back heel. It was cheeky to try. It's wonderful when they pay off. When they don't pay off, it's just infuriating. But yeah, it needed to be a little bit better for me. Third shot was blocked. It had like 0.10 XG. Had a fourth shot in the 42nd minute, 0.05 XG. Miss, complete miss. And in the 54th, a complete miss again. Absolutely 0.05 went into the stands. He had an expected goals of 0.7. Obviously, got no goals. One successful dribble attempt, one big chance missed, 32 touches, 76% pass accuracy. For 90% of his ground duels, one of his 4 aerial, was lost possession 9 times, fouled somebody once, was fouled once, made 1 interception, 2 tackles. I'm going to give Neil Moipai 6. I'm tempted to give him a 6.5. Yeah, 6.5. I think Dwight McNeil deserves a 7 and Neil Moipai maybe a 6.5. I don't think he's cut out for the way we're trying to play. He had chances this time, which was good to see. It's just a shame that none of them came to anything decent. The back heel for me, Need to be doing. It's hard. It's easy for me to say, but I think the back heel there was quite what was needed. And then our final player is who replaced him, which was Damari Gray. Front as well, which was interesting. People have been asking for Damari Gray up front. He played a good amount of minutes up there. I hope people who've been asking see now why he probably doesn't play up there. One shot, 0.08 XG. It was an attempt save. It's half an hour basically. Um, Touches, 78% pass accuracy. Not many dribbles here. One dribble and it was successful, but only one. Won all of his ground rules, one of one. Lost possession 3 times. Pretty. I'm going to give Damari Gray a 6 as well. Couldn't really remember much of him, to be completely honest with you guys. Yeah, that is my Everton player ratings. A lot of them bang average, and when I say bang average by Everton standards, so poorer than the average in the league. Um, bad game, bad game. I think once the 2 goals went in, I think the players' heads dropped. I think they came back out and they just couldn't find their heads again. Um, yeah, I think once their heads were lost, they were lost, and there was no coming back from that. Very, very disappointing. Very, very poor. Hopefully, a better result on Sunday against Nottingham Forest away. They need to bounce back very quickly. But yeah, that was my player ratings. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and comment down below your thoughts on the player ratings. Let me know who you think played really well, if anybody, and who was the worst player. Let me know all that down below. Look forward to reading them. See you soon.